are with this week's TV segment. Look who's on the couch. She's so excited. You can smell the excitement. Excited. Anyway, we have a couple of shows to talk about this week, but first let's get caught up on The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Walking Dead. Wow. So, I don't know what really happened tonight. Can't get into that. I can only say is next week is going to be crazy.
Next week is the season finale.
Finale for season 5. And it's going down. You knew. There's been a little bit of a moral compass tilting thing going on. Who do you... You know, we kind of predicted that when we talked about if you followed them one day behind, you would think they were a murdering band of marauders. Well, it turns out that's not a far-off analysis from most people's point of view.
Yes, especially Gabriel, who apparently thinks that they're bad people.
Big jerk.
Oh, he's going down. Down! He ripped pages in the Bible. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of...
Quintessential 80s horror movie mistake number 1.
And not only did he rip up the Bible, he ripped up a Bible that was probably really hard to find. Like,
yeah, I don't know. They're in the South. No, they're not. They're close to D.C. now, where they separate church and state. So, yeah, it might be hard to find some Bibles up there. Oh, man, and gruesome. It's gotten a lot grosser. I think the fans... You know, we're looking for some more action. It got a little hometowny, and the fans got what they wanted, that's for sure.
It got a little medieval right after that.
Sure did.
Literally.
Oh, man.
A little rough.
I think when I saw them get trapped in the revolving door, I almost cheered, even though I knew it was going to be bad. I just was laughing at how awesome of a scenario they created.
Who came up with that? That's what level of thinking leads you to, I know what we can do. Revolving door.
That's total 5-year-old mentality. Nope, you go first. No, I go. That was great. Oh, man. So is Rick bad now? Is Carol bad now?
Carol's kind of bad now. She's kind of scary.
Really, though, I mean, I don't think Carol is any worse than she always was. I think she was just hiding that from everybody.
Yeah, but now it's like she's the relative that you don't want to go over to the house of because they did that one bad thing one time when you were 5 and you've never forgotten it. So now you never want to talk to that crazy aunt again. Right.
And what about Daryl? Is he going to play for the other team next season?
If there is a next season for Daryl.
What?
Stay tuned. Alright, so, as you all know, this past week was the premiere of iZombie. The X-Girls walked in a parade in North Myrtle Beach to support iZombie.
A rainy parade.
Well, rains in the rains.
Rains in the rain.
Rain.
So, iZombie was a comic book first, if you didn't know. So, you know, we were excited to see how they took the comic book and turned it into a TV show. And so, Steve, what'd you think?
They took the comic book and turned it into a TV show.
Okay.
And they put some comic in the TV show.
Which
they did
had nothing to do with the actual comic.
They did make it look a little comic booky with the fades. See? Fades, little comic book thing.
I think that's something they're going to drop. They used it real heavy at the very beginning, and then you almost didn't see it by the end.
I hope they don't drop it because it's one of the things that makes the show okay.
I would be a lot happier with it if they'd actually used pieces from the real iZombie comic and not made them to go with the TV show.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's a comic book guy thing.
Well, I kind of saw it as a CSI.
Yeah.
CSI with a zombie.
Okay.
CSI or Law and Order.
Yeah.
Or...
CSI with a zombie. Yeah.
So just a zombie crime show, essentially.
They basically took the goth chick from the CSI that everybody likes.
And NCIS?
That one.
Abby Shuto?
Yeah, that one. They took Abby and made
She's
her into
adorable.
a zombie and made her own show.
Yeah. Like, so it's not even like a zombie, it's like a supernatural zombie.
Yeah,
it's like a specific subset of zombie.
There's something demonic about that particular brand of zombie there. But there was some funny bits and gags and jokes. And then it's got your typical 30-minute TV show formula in it, you know.
It was very formula-oriented. I did notice that right away, and I kind of wonder if they're just trying to play it safe with that, or if they think that's going to lead them to more structure later in the season.
I said 30 minutes. It was actually an hour show.
If it has later in the season, I'm assuming we're going to get at least, what, 6 episodes?
Yeah, what I'm getting is each episode's going to stand alone, but there'll be a continuing story arc threading through it.
Continuing thread.
Kind of like
it looks like they're about to drop another zombie character, because they asked, do you think there are any more? Well, there are other survivors from the zombie.
Well, there's the alpha zombie.
The boat-side kegger zombie apocalypse.
There's the zombie drug dealer. I think he's the alpha zombie. And previews from upcoming episodes kind of show them meeting each other.
What I like about it is that they recognize that zombies are real and zombies are mythological in that world. So she's like, I'm a zombie, those aren't real, what's happening? So they kind of make fun of these situations.
She has a steady diet of like zombie movies that she watches throughout
to learn about her culture.
Right.
It's a primer. It's a primer.
Well, you know, she'll be looking for equal rights and...
Zombie equality for everyone!
I don't know. Parts of it were really super corny, but by the same token, I'll be watching the next episode, so it wasn't that bad.
And she's cute. There's some other cute people in the show. So,
there's some interesting chemistry with her and the medical examiner and her and the police detective, so...
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah. Plus, how cool would it be to just eat a little part of somebody's brain and have all their skills all of a sudden?
That's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah. Not good for society as a whole, but kind of a neat idea.
Everybody would be running around eating each other's brains.
So what did the two shows have in common that we both talked about today? Zombies. They're taking over pop culture.
Check it out.
See you next time.
In May, Myrtle Beach, ex-con. Come see me. Trust me, it's gonna be fun.
I smell the popcorn, so it must be movie time.
Movie
or is that
time.
still the excitement of Sarah being on the couch I smell?
Popcorn.
So
Now you've done it.
it's a little bit of a slow couple of weeks in the theaters unless you like South African sci-fi.
Word.
Chappie.
Just when you thought you couldn't get enough District 9.
Yeah, Chappie was it. So if you're in our demo, you went to go see Chappie like us.
Is this Chappie's movie?
Yes. Is this Chappie's book? So Chappie, District 9 guy. His second outing, I think, at least in the sci-fi world.
Let's just, District 9 is one of those movies that I don't think gets enough credit.
It actually got heavily criticized, and the writer-director said that he was going to get it right in Chappie, that he blew his opportunity with District 9, but he was going to get this one right. I liked District 9, so I didn't understand the criticism. But, okay, whatever.
Clearly Sarah understands the criticism, and she's going to tell us all about it.
It was just so slow.
But that makes it real.
But it was the same scene for the entire movie over and over.
Well, you're going to love...
I fell asleep, and it was just the same thing happening. It's like I didn't miss anything.
I guess that's kind of a problem.
Don't watch any Andy Warhol movie ever, then.
Just pure audience abuse.
Chappie, however, was not audience abuse. It was very cute and endearing. I feel like it had some heavy philosophical overtones in it if you're into that kind of stuff, or you could just enjoy it as a sci-fi movie without having to get all deep and metaphysical.
It got kind of deep. There's a couple of couple of real issues there, which are real issues with the idea of AI. And
oh yeah. So Chappie, a defense company, they're creating 2 robot strains. This one guy's created one that's like they call it the Scout. It's human size, runs around, helps the police keep Joe Berg under control, Johannesburg, which evidently, according to this movie, 300 people are murdered a day.
whoa,
So they need a police force
demilitarized zone much?
to get beefed up, right?
It's like
Hugh
Detroit for
Jackman
RoboCop.
is creating the RoboCop version of the robot, some big mindless robot that the human operator can control with an interface helmet. He's not happy that no one wants to buy his big, bulky, awesome-looking robot, that everybody likes the cute little Scout robot. So he becomes a little bit of a heavy in the movie and sets the path of destruction on its course.
Doom.
Which needed to be done, or Chappie wouldn't be the Chappie that we are going to fall in love with by the end of the movie. For me, the big line was, Chappie becomes sentient. Chappie starts off infant-like and matures and begins to understand the world. Chappie's got a battery that's fused into his chest. He's damaged, and the battery's going to run out of energy in a matter of days. And at this point that he's just finally become sentient and self-aware, realizes that he's not going to exist much longer, faces his creator and says, "Why did you make me to die?" And if that isn't the biggest question mortal men, woman, or child would ask God anytime they're on their deathbed, that couldn't have made that robot more human than that one statement. Why did you make me to die?
Pretty intense, man.
It was. Now, that's me being deep and heavy and going, wow, this movie's really awesome. I'm sure most of the people sitting around me were just like, get back to the gunfight.
Explosions!
What's the name of that South African rap group that's half of the cast?
Die Antwoord.
Die Antwoord.
Is that who it
Die
is?
Antwoord.
Okay. They were really cute in the movie, I thought. And they just played themselves, sort of, as if they were gangsters.
Oh, they're gangster.
And it's hilarious when they teach Chappie to be gangster. Chappie got bling. Chappie got bling. He gets all blinged out, and they teach him how to walk like he's tough and talk stuff. And
Sounds like me trying to be gangster.
Right? I can't use the words, but the word that starts with M and the second word starts with F, he kept saying F and then the M, which was really cute also, if you like your profanity to be cute.
Profanity is good when it's cute.
Like you do.
Right? Yeah, and he was told by his creator not to hurt people, not to shoot people, not to hurt people. So the gangsters are trying to get him to be part of their crew and commit crimes. And no, Chappie cannot shoot someone. No, you don't use a gun. And they hand him throwing stars. These just make them go to sleep. They need to go to sleep. So when they're robbing an armored car, he's throwing ninja stars at people. Go to sleep now. Go to sleep now. Night, 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 night.
Ah, good times, people.
And when a guy fights back, he's like, "Why won't you go to sleep? I do not want to hurt you."
Good times.
So I would definitely, I would highly recommend you even go to the theater and see the movie. It's one of those movies you could see on the big screen and get something out of it more than maybe on the small screen. Definitely see it on the small screen if you don't get to catch it at the theater, if you're a fan of sci-fi, or Hugh Jackman being a bad guy, or Sigourney Weaver not being a bad guy or a good guy, just being a corporate monger.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver, Hugh Jackman, there's some stars in this.
Plus, there's never a bad time when Sigourney Weaver's in the movie. Come on now.
Very true.
And she's bossing Hugh Jackman around.
Ripley and Wolverine together again.
That would be a good movie right there. I'd pay
That
to
would
see
be
that.
a good movie.
Well, all right, Chappie, what'd you think? Come on.
It was better than WALL-E because there was more conversation.
And a lot of shooting.
And guns.
Guns and violence.
Lots of them.
Yes. Are you counting your narcotics? That must be the end of the popcorn. See you next time.
Hey everybody, this is Richard Harmon from the 100. Can't wait to see you all at Myrtle Beach XCon in May.
It's my favorite segment outside of the comics, events.
Events!
Events. Why do we like events? Because we're going to talk about stuff that you can go do and have fun. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to buy a comic book, watch TV, or go to a movie. Although we suggest you do all those things as well. So, this past weekend, SC Comic Con just wrapped their second one in Greenville. They had a pretty large crowd. They had a few celebrities there, not like we do at XCon, but, you know, we've been doing it longer. To give them time, they'll get there.
It's complete madness.
Lots of good comic book artists there. Had a fun time talking to them. We hope to see those guys down here at Myrtle Beach for XCon in May. Now, next weekend, how many events do we have, Steve?
We have a couple of events next weekend.
We have 2 in the Carolinas. Right here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, we have
Myrtle Beach Comic Con.
Myrtle Beach Comic Con. Don't act like you haven't heard of it. They've had some ads out. Myrtle Beach Comic Con at the Crown Reef, a 2-day first-year Comic Con, sponsored by Coastal Comics. That was free, Coastal Comics. Next time you have to pay us. Also, next weekend is Mad Monster Party in Charlotte.
Yes.
And that's year 4? 3 or 4?
I think 4, yeah.
Year 4 for Mad Monster Party. Always a big crowd. They get lots of celebrities at Mad Monster Party. Mostly horror themed, but not always.
Go there and live out your own nightmares.
The ones that aren't horror themed are very odd.
Right?
Just random, odd. Like Kirk Hammett was there one year from Metallica.
They always get a musician. They had Ace Frehley. I think they have,
yeah, that's right.
I think they have Peter Criss this year.
That's just awesome.
So,
I mean, Kiss is a little more horror directional, I think, than Metallica.
As far as band goes, yeah. Well, you know.
Still, just, crazy.
Right on. So, you can decide, Myrtle Beach Comic Con, Mad Monster Party, or you can be insane and try to do both.
You could do both.
We, in fact, are going to do both, but not at the same time.
Or are we?
Who knows? There will be Nerd Bar Live star sightings at both locations, potentially. There'll definitely be X-Girls at both locations, so look for us, because we'll be looking for you. Now, the most important event we need to talk about is
XCon!
So, what's new to talk about at XCon, Steve? What new guests do we have to talk about?
New guests.
We already talked about Ric Flair.
I'm trying to think of which guests we've talked about already. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Star Trek fans. Tuvok is coming.
Tuvok.
It's going to be awesome.
Tim Russ from Star Trek Voyager.
The Vulcan himself is going to be at XCon this year.
Yes.
A proper Star Trek guest, people.
Yes. This is it.
It's on.
It's your time to mind meld. Come mind meld with Tim Russ, because he's going to look forward to that.
And, if you get out of control, the nerve pinch might happen.
Right.
You don't know.
Some guests we've talked about in the past, but just to kind of give you a reminder, Nicholas Brendan, who played Xander in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Are you Buffy fans?
Should be
Now's
here.
your chance.
He should be here, depending on potential legal problems.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Nicholas, we look forward to having you. It's going to be fun. We're gonna keep you straight. Richard Harmon from the 100.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you know? Oh, Sarrah Hannah. Have you seen our post on Facebook, Sarrah Hannah?
Go check out her video.
She is so adorable in that video.
She's super cute.
She is. And she just came right off of the Power Rangers, like 2 seasons, last show, fresh, off your screen Power Ranger guest. Not one from 20 years ago, but like, bam, Power Ranger in Myrtle Beach, ready to sign autographs and take pictures with you.
She's definitely someone you want to meet.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to meet her for my little girls.
Josh McDermott.
Josh McDermott, Eugene, he stepped up.
Eugene was a major player.
He stepped up in The Walking Dead. He
Check him out.
Shot zombies and talked some trash.
Did cool stuff.
Still got beat up, but he tried.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
He tried. That's what counts, Josh. We know you're trying.
And it was cool to see him on Talking Dead. I'm excited to have him here. I think he's going to be a lot of fun.
He is.
I think it's going to be a big deal.
So you Walking Dead fans, you're going to get to meet some live cast, current cast from The Walking Dead.
Live breathing cast members.
Who has
At last!
a really good shot of being a live cast member next season. We'll see.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to happen. I can feel it.
It is one of those shows where you never know from week to week if you're living or dying, but, you know.
I have a good feeling about this.
Oh, man, let's see. Another big announcement for XCon is we've signed an agreement with the Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand. That's right. The Boys and Girls Club of the Grand Strand is going to be our beneficiary for the foreseeable future as we try to build a new facility for them. So when you get your ticket to XCon and you come and buy autographs and have fun with us, you're not just doing it to have fun and enjoy yourself. You're helping the local community.
You're helping the local kids.
More importantly, you're helping the local kids. You're helping the next generation of Myrtle Beach citizens improve their lives and be just as nerdy as you. And that's what it's all about.
And you'll see them there. They're coming to help us with XCon this year.
They will be.
It's going to be cool.
So that's a big deal for us. We're really excited about that. They're really excited as well. And you're going to be seeing a lot more about that coming up in media and print and all kinds of things. And I think that'll wrap this week's Evict segment. And the great and powerful Waz is on the couch with us today.
That's
David
me.
Waslicki. All right, Steve, what's up? What do we got?
Well, we have number 2 of Marvel's Star Wars Princess Leia. The story is picking up quite nicely.
Bring it in tight.
Dave has seen this
Our
one.
great zooming skills.
What do you think about the Princess Leia solo story?
Well, issue number 2 is an improvement on the first one. Issue number 1, you get a Betty and Veronica feel about it. Issue 2, the action's picking up. However, they do portray her as somewhat of a girly princess who's trying to play in an adult world, which I don't buy that. When you see in the movies, you know, she was hardcore in the movies.
That's true.
They should have her hardcore in the comics.
And this is after the first movie, so she should already be a little hardcore.
She faced down Darth Vader in the first movie like it wasn't nothing.
This literally starts at the award ceremony from the end of
Oh, yeah, that's right. It does.
You know, but it's picking
Here's your
up
medals, and now I'm going to go be a little.
the whole
flighty
storyline.
princess
She's
for a
going around trying to collect all the people from the survivors of Alderaan from all the other planets to,
It's kind of
I guess, start a new Alderaan.
Oh, kind of like the Star Trek movie where Vulcan's dead. All right, Steve, what else?
A sneaky little addition to Harley month.
You thought it was
Just when
over.
you thought it was safe, Harley shows up on Superman.
They snuck one more back in.
So if you didn't get all of them, then you need to come in and grab one of those. Yeah, I was surprised to see it. In the
She
box
finally
there.
found the beefcake.
Next we have Red One. This is a Cold War era story.
It's a provocative cover for Cold War.
America has become so conservative that the Russians are worried that they won't be able to stir us up anymore. So they've decided to create a superhero. So they send a plant over to become a superhero in the United States. Amazing artwork. Incredible story. I think this is going to be an awesome, awesome new book.
People
This
who
is a
grew
number
up-
1.
Those who grew up in the 1980s, I think, will get a lot of the references in the book as
Yes.
Number 1 issue, folks. You know what that
Number 1
means.
issue. It's time to get
Buy
up
it.
on that.
Sit on it.
New Mark Millar product, Chrononauts.
Millar.
It's about 2 buddies. It's a buddy story. Nice. They also happen to be super geniuses, and one of their projects leads to time travel.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so
Thus, Chrononauts.
a fun romp through time travel. Interesting thing about this cover,
Good art, too.
1 in 15 people will have the neurological disorder needed to see a different cover on this comic than most of us.
They really did that?
Yes.
It's the blue gold thing again?
It's a thing. No, this is even better. Some of you will look at that cover and you will not see a broken watch face. You will see something different. So, write into us if you do see something different. I would love to have you come in and tell us.
Now, how
what you
1 in
saw.
15 won't see the elephant standing behind
What-
you?
Exactly. 1 in 15 of you will not be a registered alcoholic and not see the pink elephants floating across the screen.
But, all right.
I just see a broken watch.
And don't look on the internet, no spoilers.
That was a good batch of comics. But this week we have an opportunity to talk about something else that happened in comics.
Something else important? Batgirl.
Batgirl. All right, they did the Harley Quinn special covers, and they're going to start in June, I think.
It's a whole month of Joker covers.
Joker covers. And they asked an artist, Raphael Albuquerque, to do a cover for Batgirl. So he created a cover that you'll see in just a second, showing him with a gun to Batgirl. Batgirl's afraid, she's crying, and there was a big...
And he's drawing the Joker
smile,
smile on her, too.
There was a big brouhaha on social media about that. There were rumors of death threats to Raphael. A lot of people were up in arms about it, and I think they were mad because I guess the social justice warriors thought that this was a little too violent towards women being portrayed in what should be a more uplifting, happy-go-lucky comic book, being Batgirl.
Have they met the Joker?
Under pressure and at the request of the artist, DC pulled the cover. Now, once they pulled the cover, if they thought they were getting a stink in social media from the social justice warriors, the entirety of the rest of fandom chastised them for pulling the cover and succumbing to the pressure of the few.
Because we don't like being bullied.
And that's really what it comes down to. Is it no less bullying even if you think you're bullying for a good cause? It's still bullying. And the people who felt like this was an inappropriate cover bullied the artist in DC into pulling it. And I have to say I'm on record as disappointed that they caved in. I understand for them it's just a pure business decision. But
plus,
I also think
no artist should be getting death threats over their art.
No. So whoever out there did that, shame on you. And if you're that up in arms about what's going on, don't bully people. Create positive change instead.
Exactly.
And I think that'll be a wrap for this week's Comic Couch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the time of the year. Another X-Con is almost here. Grab your money and log in now. Dr. Puck, we're gonna show you how. Just go to xconworld.com. You already know it's the bomb. Comic, toys, games, and fun. Movie stars, anime, I'm not dumb. Party concerts and hanging with me. As always, kids under 12 are free. You better get your tickets fast and save some cash. Oh yeah.
So, look, it's me again. I'm introducing a new section of Nerd Bar Live called Ask an X-Girl, where you can submit on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram your questions for X-Con X-Girls like me to answer. So we're going to start with our first section of questions for the first time ever.
This question comes from Jimbo. Jimbo, you know who you are here in Myrtle Beach. Oh, I said where you were. Jimbo asks, Dear X-Girl, how many X-Girls are there and how many of you does it take to screw in a light bulb?
The number of X-Girls vary because we're all over the country. Right now we've got probably about 20 of us. We're looking for more. How many of us does it take to screw in a light bulb? Well, I've got lackeys for that, so I'm going to say 0.
There you go, Jimbo. Second question.
Next question comes from Stinky Weasel Teeth. Great screen name, buddy. Dear X-Con X-Girls, how long would one typically bake cornbread if they were making it with bacon and jalapenos in it?
Well, I eat neither cornbread nor jalapenos, but I eat bacon, and I don't usually cook my own food, so I don't know the answer to that question. I'm sounding really high maintenance.
And that'll do it for this week's Ask an Ex Girl. Send in your questions for next week.